I remember taking the squat out, walking it back, and I kind of just dropped, and I heard the pop, and it got really hot around my knees, and I guess that was blood or adrenaline or whatever it was. I wanted to get up and walk it off. Through the knee sleeve, I could actually see like a triangular point. I said, "What the hell is that?" And they said, "That's your kneecap." And I think at that point, reality set in that it was not going to be something that I walked off. My flight was Friday morning at 5 a.m. and I had 2 hours to drive to get to the airport. So you get there 2 hours early, it's about 3 a.m. You leave 2 hours early, it's about 1 a.m. So I'm running on absolutely no sleep for 2 days now, and I feel great. You know, other than being able to fall asleep every time that I blinked my eyes a little too hard, I was out here sitting at the table or sitting at the couch, and you know, I'm catching these 5-minute naps because if Dan says, "Hey Brandon, you want to lift?" I'm going to lift. You know, I'm not going to waste this potential to learn and to grow as a lifter just because I'm tired. That's the thing that separates guys like myself and Dan and a lot of other lifters. You know, the guys that reach the top do some crazy things. You know, oh, you can't do this on 2 hours of sleep, or you can't do this on no sleep. You can't do this because you didn't eat carbs today. At some point, you just got to man the fuck up and do it. And in reality, if I bitched out and didn't give it everything that I had, I'm kind of slapping Dan in the face, slapping this opportunity in the face, and I'm disrespecting myself. You know, Dan is one of those guys that I look to. He's kind of like a cowboy, you know, in a way. He just does things his way, you know, and that's the really cool thing about Dan that I respect the most. So anytime that I get to train with him or be around Dan, I learn a lot.
He's built up strength beyond what most people will ever dream of being, and now he's kind of in a position where he's just trying to get back, you know, to coupling, you know, monster strength with just kind of everyday function, and you know, to just get to being an athlete again.
I wasn't planning on squatting today, and then, you know, getting around Dan and talking about the injury and moving forward through it. You know, I was like, why would I not take this opportunity to squat? Why would I pass this up?
There's things that you got to force yourself to do, not so much to see if you're strong enough physically, but just kind of put yourself out of your comfort zone. It's really like you're training yourself to be, you know, mentally tough or mentally strong. You know, something you're not sure if you can do. That's you know, that's going to make you really force yourself to commit to the moment, even if you're afraid or you don't know if a body part's going to hold up.
The last set, I hit a PR prior, and I think 420, maybe 418, whatever. And I had a goal of 500 today, and rather than, you know, being intelligent and probably taking a jump in between, I just jumped straight to it. And, you know, it was really the first time that I felt that moment of like, oh shit, you know. And it's not that I was afraid of the weight, it was just I wanted to really get everything perfect, and I overcompensated. I widened my stance a little bit too much, which caused me to lean a little bit too much, and it just didn't go right. And like Dan had mentioned, you know, I tried to adjust the lift without really taking the importance of the lift and the capacity of the lift, I guess, seriousness, because I mean, this is 100 pounds over what I've handled so far, so you know, it's not like I'm going to nonchalantly get under the bar and lift it. So probably going to wait a minute or two, try to get my head right, and take it again. You know, I think I think I've got it in me to do it. It's just a matter of getting everything right and getting past that. You know, sometimes you just got to jump, say fuck it.
Today's like really my last squat day before I kind of really started focusing on you know, training a full like 4 or 5, 6 times a week. I've been just training about twice a week, and just been focusing on gaining weight, but eating a lot. And you know, the extra rest has felt pretty good. A lot of meets at the beginning of the year and at the end of last year, so it's kind of a big, you know, change of pace for me. But gaining the extra weight and getting the extra rest in my elbows and knees and everything. My squat and my bench have both gone up a little bit, and today I'll just kind of see where I get up to on my squat, see where it kind of tops out at before I really start to you know, cycle back and, you know, prepare for November.
You don't underestimate any weight. You respect it all, and I think that's the one thing that this injury has given me is a fair amount of respect for the iron. But at the same time, you can't let any fear creep in, like Dan mentioned earlier. You know, not patting myself on the back or making myself any more than I am. But doing things when you are afraid, that's courage. And you know, I could shy away from it. I could be doing leg presses. I could just be doing the simple physical therapy stuff. But I'm a powerlifter. I'm a squatter. This is, you know, this is my dragon, and I'm trying to slay it.